You've seen them, right? Those tempting online casino offers for free play? We all have. So today, we're going to build your personal insider's playbook for navigating the exciting and, yeah, sometimes tricky world of no deposit bonuses. By the time we're done here, you'll know exactly how to spot the good offers and sidestep all the common traps. Ah, yes, the million-dollar question. You see those flashy ads screaming free spins or free chips, and that little voice in your head immediately goes, okay, what's the catch? And you know what? That's a really smart question to ask. The answer isn't exactly a simple yes or no, but stick with me and I promise you'll understand exactly what you're getting into. So here's our game plan for today. We'll start with why these offers are so tempting in the first place. Then we'll pull back the curtain on the hidden risks. After that, we'll build your step-by-step safety playbook, get you into a pro mindset, and then wrap things up by answering some of your biggest questions. All right, let's dive into part one, the allure of free play. What are these bonuses really, and why are they such a powerful way for casinos to grab our attention? Okay, so at its heart, a no deposit bonus is pretty much what it says on the tin. It's a marketing offer. The casino wants you to come check out their site, so they give you a little something to play with, without you having to put any of your own cash down first. Think of it like a free sample or a test drive for their platform. Now, these offers usually come in a few main flavors. The one you'll see most often is free spins, which are for specific slot games. Then you've got free chips or credits, which are a bit more flexible and can be used on table games like blackjack. And much more rarely, you might find a cashback offer, which is kind of like a small safety net if you have some losses. And here you have it, the two sides of the same coin. The upside is pretty compelling, right? You get to try out new games on a platform totally risk-free, and you have a legitimate shot at winning real money. But the cons, well, that's where the fine print lives. We're talking about things like high wagering requirements and really strict withdrawal limits, and that leads us perfectly into the stuff you really need to know about. We've seen the appeal, so now it's time to get real. Welcome to Section 2, the hidden risks and traps. This is where we learn exactly what to look out for so you can stay safe out there. The first and honestly the biggest trap you're going to run into is something called wagering requirements. Basically, it means you have to bet your bonus amount a certain number of times before you can actually withdraw any winnings. So let's say you get a $10 bonus with a 40x wagering requirement. That means you have to make $400 worth of bets before you can cash out a single penny. This is the number one reason people feel like their winnings are being held hostage. Okay, but let's say you do it. You clear that massive wagering hurdle. The next challenge is what I call the maze of withdrawal restrictions. Even after you've done everything right, you might find out the casino has a really high minimum withdrawal amount, or they might limit which payment methods you can use, making it super frustrating to actually get your hands on your money. And now for the most serious threat of them all, unlicensed platforms. These shady, unregulated sites use juicy bonuses as bait, but their real goal isn't giving you a good time, it's getting your personal data, or even worse, your money, with absolutely zero intention of ever paying out. This is the single biggest red flag you need to watch for. Whew, okay, that was the doom and gloom. But the good news? You can avoid all of it. And that brings us to the most important part of this whole explainer, your safe claiming playbook. This is your 6-step guide to staying safe. Think of this checklist as your personal shield. Let's run through it. Number 1, only choose licensed casinos. This is non-negotiable. It's your guarantee of fair play. 2, read all the bonus terms. I know, it's boring, but it's where they hide the real rules. 3, verify their withdrawal methods. Know how you can get money out before you even think about playing. 4, check real player reviews. The community gives the most honest feedback. 5, always use secure payment methods. Protect your financial info. And finally, the golden rule, number 6, play responsibly. Remember, this is about having fun, not chasing a payday. So now that you've got the tactics down, let's talk about strategy. It's time to adopt a pro mindset. This is all about playing smart, not just closing your eyes, crossing your fingers, and hoping for a win. Honestly, this one idea right here is probably the most important mental shift you can make. It just perfectly captures the right attitude. If you see these bonuses as a fun way to explore some new games and see how a site works, you've already won. But if you see them as a way to make guaranteed money, you're just setting yourself up for frustration. So let's lock in those pro habits. Always read the fine print. That's the rule book. Never give your info to a shady-looking site, because your data is way more valuable than a tiny bonus. Trust the community forums and reviews because real players have no reason to mislead you. And most importantly, let safety, not just excitement, be your guide. All right, let's start to wrap this up by tackling some of the most common questions I hear. We're going to do a quick fire round to clear up any confusion that might still be lingering. This is the big one, isn't it? After jumping through all of those hoops and following all the rules, can you actually get real money out? And the answer is yes, you absolutely can. But, and you knew there was a but coming, it's only possible on a legit site and only after you have met all their rules, like those wagering requirements we talked about. And just be aware, most casinos will also cap your winnings, which means you might only be allowed to withdraw, say, $100 max from that bonus. So what about the legal side of things? Well, it really depends on where you are. In a place like the UK, they're perfectly legal and heavily regulated. Over in the US, it's a state-by-state thing. They're only legal in states where online gambling itself is regulated. And then in other places, like India, it's more of a legal gray area, so checking your local laws is absolutely critical. Okay, so let's put it all together. Here are the absolute classic beginner mistakes that you need to avoid. Don't skip the terms and conditions. Don't ever use unlicensed sites. Don't try to cheat the system with fake info to get more bonuses because they'll just ban you. And please, never risk your personal security for what's usually a pretty small bonus. It's just not worth it. Look, if you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. Responsible gaming is everything. Always stick to licensed platforms, do your homework and read the terms, and remember that the real goal here is to have fun and maybe explore some new games. Any profit you make is just a nice little perk. And that leaves us with one final question for you. Now that you have the playbook, the next time you see one of those free offers flash across your screen, are you going to approach it with blind hope, or are you going to approach it with a smart, safe, and confident plan? I think you know the answer.